concept of Shakers, one of the Cooking with Blonde series, though maybe cooking with green at the moment, but this is our sous chef, Kass. Hello, Kass.
Hello.
Today we are doing a kind of a riff on a Cajun porchetta. Use the pronunciation you like, and this lovely thing we'll call Daisy. Now, this is just a lovely piece of pork that Kass has in, and we are going to stuff it, right?
Yep.
All right. So while she cuts it, just take a standard boning knife, fillet knife, whatever, and rip this guy. And I like to have a cut as opposed to one cut. I like to have a flap over a flap. But whatever you want to do, you drive the bus. What I recommend first though is let's take ourselves a paper towel and wipe Daisy down. Good old Daisy. So while you're doing that, I'm just going to take some sweet banana chili peppers here, cut them at a real oblique angle like this. So I'm a bit of a bias, because I just want the longer piece that are going to fit inside of that. Just that simple. And then we have some lovely roasted red pepper here as well. So I'm just going to, again, cut these in on, well, I'm not sure what we call this. It certainly is not a julienne, but into long strips like this that we are just going to lace on the inside of this beautiful piece of pork. So we are in January right now, of course, at the Mighty Shakers in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and we are coming up on a fine Mardi Gras season, which is right around the corner. The 12th of February this year, I believe, is Fat Tuesday. We have this exquisite andouille product that we use every day at Shakers, and it literally is from Louisiana. There's some fine butcher shops in Milwaukee and Wisconsin, but we don't use those. We go right to the source. We also have some tasso, and tasso is a seasoned Cajun ham. So I'm just going to take a smattering of that. I'll probably just need a couple of ounces, let's say 4, for example. And it has a really unique texture to it. As you know, really every culture you go to has got, almost every culture has a riff on ham. And they cure them in different ways, and they prepare them in different ways. And this is just, it's a lovely packaging too. This is just, I don't want to say a pepper, because it's more than that. Like anything else that's Louisiana or Cajun, it's not about the heat factor, it's about the flavor that takes place. Now these lovely cuts that Kass has got going here, stuff that's beautiful. So I'd take a towel and I'd glide that on the inside, though it's not necessary. And then on top of that, I would like you to take some of this Dijon mustard that we have right here and get just like 1 tablespoon and disperse that over the entire interior. That's the kind of thing that we used to do when we were heavily into Cajun. And yes, Shakers by and large does have a very significant Cajun footprint for food. So what I'm going to do with these sausages is that I want to keep them basically in their whole length, but I am going to get a slit in each one of these because I want the flavors to permeate into and out of them as well. So I'm pretty much done on my side, Kass, and you're cruising right through your side as well. So the mustard has just so much appeal, and people don't think about it. And there are any number of people that say, I don't like mustard. The reality is mustard's used in a lot more things than you probably are aware of, right, Kass? And it just gives you just so much more flavor and the integrity of everything going on there. So that looks really happy. Happy Daisy. Daisy. So what I've got right here is kosher salt and black pepper corn. I kept them as corns. I've got some red pepper here. I've got cayenne, both types of cayenne. So the smoke really gives it a really neat little flavor beyond just what the sweet paprika does. I got just a touch of oregano because I can't help myself. It is that joint. And what I'd recommend that we do now, Chef, I'd like you to take a little bit of this and put it on the inside. And the only reason I'm kind of giving her some little pointers here is because I have probably a little more depth of experience with Cajun food stuff than she does, but she's driving the bus of this one. So take on the inside, we're going to get the meat going with this. That'll be yummy, and then we're going to get the outside. That'll be really yummy as well because there's so many surfaces going on here. The pork is a dense meat anyway, and you get as much flavor as you possibly can into this. So while we got this thing going on, this is almost like we're making a sandwich here. We're doing this beautiful po' boy or something in a way, except it's not bread, right? So what I'm just going to do is take our tasso here and layer this out, and the flavors are going to move fore and aft, so it doesn't have to be surface to surface on this one. And then what I'm going to do is I'd suggest that we take some of these lovely green onions and just kind of layer them in here as well. And I'll let you play with the big sausages. Then some of these lovely roasted red peppers. We did not do these roasted red peppers ourselves. We buy them commercially, and these are Italian, and they do an extraordinary job with these, and probably better than you can do in-house. So I would recommend sourcing these. Find yourself an ethnic market, Italian market somewhere that has these, and they're just brilliant, I think. And then these banana chilis. So again, these are sweet, but there's so much flavor that goes on. If you wanted to use bell peppers, I'd say yes. If you wanted to use poblanos, it really doesn't matter. What I would do though is I'd stay away from the soaring hot things. Jalapenos could work, yes. Scotch bonnets, no. No. For some things, yes, but not for this. So what I would do with this now is I would fold it over, and that's the tricky little part of this lovely little hoagie you got going on. While Kass is doing that, I am going to take a little bit of extra virgin olive oil, and we're going to get that right down the center of this pan. We're just using a 2-inch hotel pan. You can use a roasting pan or almost anything you want to do, but this is a dish that really cries out to be done in your oven. So just real simple. I'm going to take a little paper towel here and just use this to kind of roll it around while Kass has got that lovely flavoring going on. And then the play is going to be to get this guy up and put him in. So Daisy, we're going to put you in here. Might have to put you on an angle. We're going to make you fit. So when you're ready, we're going to hoist her up. I wonder if we want to put a spatula underneath this first.
That might be a good idea.
I happen to have a pizza peel right here. So we can stick her right underneath that. And if you got 2 hands on that, and away we go. Now, in the real world, what we probably should do is take some butcher's twine and wrap it around. Instead of that, what we're going to do is grab some little toothpicks and stick it in. Just a little bit now to continue the process. A little bit of our crystal hot sauce here, all the way from Louisiana. In my mind, the best dang Cajun hot sauce you can get. More than welcome to your opinion. I love you all. So, Kass, what do you want to do? You want to cover this first and stick it in?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, your program, I'll step aside.